You can do more. I love giving people a new challenge. I believe that every person can do more than they are doing right now, especially when he is with God. Life is more interesting when there is room to step forward, for development. Today I want to show you one secret of life. Friends, it's God's way that some doors are open for us and some doors are closed, or what we call it, opportunities or chances. You may have often heard people wishing each other good luck. We want everything to go just right, all the circumstances to line up, and so on. By the way, many great people have said that they felt that some invisible fate or destiny guided them through life, and they only took advantage of the opportunity given to them from above. But we as believers look at it differently, realizing that God is the creator of destiny who participates in our life and directs us. And as the Bible says, He opens doors or closes them. See, I have set before you an open door, and no one can shut it. This is said in the book of Revelation, written by the Apostle John. And the Apostle Paul also in the New Testament repeatedly states that God opens a door before him. And he also urges to pray that God opens the door, because he well understood that if God blesses you, then your whole way and your works will be successful. And if not, then the efforts of man can be wasted. And this is what I want you to hear. In every man's life, God opens the door for a change for the better. He does this for every person. These are special moments when a person is given the opportunity for an important step leading to change and growth. And if you think that nothing is changing in your life and God is not doing anything, it is not so. God is definitely opening the door for a miracle in every person's life. These are the reasons why understanding it is so important. First of all, it prevents us from becoming proud, because it makes us realize that not everything depends on us. It depends on the one above who opens the doors or closes the doors in front of us. And indeed, there are many talented and hardworking people, but something, as they say, did not work out in life. Secondly, the realization that God is opening a door calls us to prepare for the opportunities ahead. Friends, don't make the mistake of thinking, since my chance does not depend on me, there is nothing to be done. You need to prepare for your chance. God opens doors, but you have to 1. See the opportunity, and 2. Be willing and able to seize the opportunity, to make use of the chance. Let's imagine you ask God to help you with some issue, to change your current situation in some way, or to improve your future. And God starts to act, and for example, He's preparing a new job for you, or a new step in your career, or a new opportunity for your business, or opportunities to buy a new home, or circumstances to meet the person who will be the one for your life. In other words, God opens doors, and there is always a chance for change for the better, but it is important to be ready for your chance. Unfortunately, not everyone can see the opportunity, and very often not everyone can take the chance, and they miss out on great opportunities simply because they were not ready. Once again, it is important to see the open door and walk through it. Overconfidence makes us blind, and carelessness makes us unprepared. Perhaps we should say it again. When we are overconfident, we become blind and fail to see God-given opportunities. And when we are careless and don't work on being ready, we fail to seize the opportunities. What to do then? 1. Trust in God who opens doors. Trust Him as the creator of your destiny. 2. Prepare for your chance. Sometimes just one skill will be enough, but more often than not, you yourself don't know exactly what you need to be prepared for. So my advice is to develop in what you are already strong in, and or in what is already your area of responsibility. I'll show this by the example of King David. He was a simple shepherd. He did not suspect that there would be a process of searching for a new king in the state. He tended the sheep, faithfully caring for them, and there in the fields of Bethlehem he endeavored to know God and composed songs of praise and prayers to God, which are now known as the greater part of the book of Psalms. So the first thing we are called to work on is the spiritual area of our lives. Number 1, our relationship with God. which is expressed in our personal regular relationship with Him through prayer, worship, and Bible reading. And number 2, the condition of our heart, growth of our faith, a change in our character. God first works on us. He first molds us, and then He trusts us. When the prophet came to the house of David's father Jesse to find the future king as God had promised, the 7 older brothers were called first. The prophet looked at the eldest, the strongest, broad-shouldered son and thought he was the one. But the Lord said to Samuel, "Do not look at his appearance or at his physical stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord does not see as man sees, for man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart." So first of all, God exalts a person because of his heart, his character, his love for God. But it's also important not to forget that other areas of life also need development. Although David was anointed to be king, he did not automatically become king. He went to his exaltation step by step. He was not called to the palace because of his spirituality, but because of his ability to play musical instruments. So, the third area of development and training is your talents. See what you are more inclined to do and develop it. We have different talents from God. Some have an ear for music, some are good at drawing, some articulate thoughts, some are inclined to the exact science, and so on. Develop what you have already been given. You don't know what will lead you to your best day. Another step David takes is the famous battle with Goliath. He was a huge and seemingly invincible giant. David is still taking care of sheep, sometimes playing musical instruments in the palace. But here he meets perhaps his biggest challenge yet, and he's ready for it. He was ready spiritually, and he was also trained with a slingshot, fighting off lions and bears when he was herding his father's sheep. And he didn't miss that chance because he was ready. Friends, and here's something else important to know about open doors from the Lord. These opportunities from God often look like challenges. He opens a door where we need faith for something bigger than what we have done before that day. And we must decide to fight for our future. Today I want everyone to decide. 1. I will trust God as I wait for my chance, my open door, and also that I will prepare. Think about it, or better yet, write down where you need to strengthen yourself, what habits you need to develop. Maybe the habit of praying, to read, learning new things, to develop talents, to take responsibility, or to be more decisive, or to develop social and communication skills, or language skills, or professional skills. After all, God will surely open the door. That's not the question. He will. The only question is, can you see your chance and will you be ready for it? Don't be afraid of new challenges.